Hello, Gary Champion, psychic medium, once again with, I hope, a video that might help. All day long I've been hearing this song. I know what it means, but I can't remember who did it. I could look it up, but it's basically my mama told me you better shop around. Um, I can see the guy, I just can't get his name. He's no longer with us. But this is a time of shopping around. This is a time of looking and learning, and it ties in with, I hope what they want me to say is another word I've heard, excessive freedom. I've heard these words the last couple of days. We've had an unprecedented amount of excessive freedom where millions and millions of people don't have jobs, and they got the supplemental pay, and then they got the unemployment for a year and a half, and they've had time to think about what they want to do. Restaurant industry's upset. Well, the people that used to work in food don't want to do it anymore. They found other things to do. They've shopped around. They've found alternative ways of living. Some people are off the grid. I mean, they're living in a commune. Some people have moved in with relatives, but they're not working. Excessive freedom has allowed that. But it's also given us time to shop around for what we might want to do. I'm just hearing something, so I have to write it down before I forget it. Might as well go around into what I got. The big concern for me is that a lot of these people are going to be evicted. We know that. There's no stopping it. Even if they worked, no. But COVID, a lot of people just didn't work because either they had COVID or someone in the family had COVID. The hospitals are full. They stayed home to take care of them. And a big concern for me is when these people are exiled to the streets, their animals are going to be turned loose. You can't take animals with you and live on the street. You have no way to feed them or take care of them. So a lot of people are going to be trying to give those dogs to shelters. So all of you animal activists out there, all you shelter people, all you people who take care of animals, it's going to be a glut, I believe. Not a few thousand, but certainly a million, maybe more. They won't have any place to go. And unless they find homes with people who have kept their houses, who do have jobs, then a lot of them will be euthanized. There'll be nothing else they can do with them. It becomes between a family being homeless and eating food or feeding that food to their dogs. A lot of people are going to have to give up their animals. Dogs, cats. So, just a little warning. Hope it doesn't come to that, but I believe it will. A lot of people will become transient. They'll be riding the rails as they did in the Depression days when there weren't any jobs. They moved from town to town, lived in hobo camps, or lived on the street. We're going to see a lot of that. And we got hit with a whammy. I mean, COVID has done a big thing on our economy worldwide, and our ability to respond to that is limited. No, the government can't keep paying people not to work. That's not going to happen. But there are companies paying dividends, pretty good money, if you will go back to work. And a lot of people just don't want to go. So that's their shopping around time. My mama told me I better shop around. And relationships are going to break up because homes will break up. People will separate to survive, and that's sad, but it's not unprecedented. During the Depression, the father would go to California to pick peaches and send the money back to the kids, and eventually he stopped doing that. Family broke up. Dire situations create this, and we're there. And we have great emergency response people in this country that I'm sure will deal with this in the best way that they can. I believe politically no one's going to talk about it. This administration doesn't want to talk about it. It really was started in the last administration and probably has nothing to do with either administration. COVID is an equal opportunity victimizer. So during this excessive time of freedom, people have started new careers. They've become entrepreneurs. Some of them are working part-time and staying with someone else. They're not working full-time. They're just paying their bills, whatever those are. A lot of people are going to default on things. Houses, they can't keep them. When these houses become empty, foreign people will, our people in this country will package them up and sell them to people in China or wherever, and they'll lease them or resell them or whatever. It happened in '08 too. That's what caused the crash of '08 was they packaged a bunch of houses together and didn't require downs and sold them to people, and then they couldn't make the payments and defaulted, and so our country is strong. Someone's saying the contentious nature of the world is everybody's getting hammered with this stuff. The EU Brexit thing, the fishing rights of the French and the British, us selling submarines to the Australians, which made France angry. There's contention everywhere. Someone's arguing about something that they wouldn't have argued about before. They would have figured it out, but it's almost like people are picking a fight. Everybody's suing everybody. I'm going to sue you. Oof. We come out of it okay, someone just said very loudly. We'll roll with it. They're actually doing this, showing the hands rolling. We'll roll with it. We'll land on our feet. We'll kickstart and keep going. But it's time for us to stop blaming people for things. We're in a mess. Less blaming, more fixing. And our Congress is doing nothing. They're just worthless. They're picking fights to stop the passage of the infrastructure bill, which would aid every state, over something they don't like, to get attention. My state, Ted Cruz. Anybody would be better than this guy. He's holding up the entire country. Rand Paul, that conspiracy nut. These people are holding up legislation which could help the country for their own benefit. They want to run for government. They want to be president. People get wise to it. They're hurting their own career, but people aren't wise to it. They just see, there's a guy I can vote for. He's anti-vax. He's a flat earther. He's my kind of guy. He's white power. And we have the thing we had with the last guy. Someone's saying cooler heads will prevail. This doesn't happen. These people can't run for government because they've pretty much shown who they are. They're taking money from the people to stay in office that are creating the problems. Hopefully I'm not the only one that sees it. I know a lot of you have told me things. So, someone's saying new leader. I don't know if that means that Biden is a one-term president, but I suspect it. There'll be somebody new. Out of the pack, they're saying. Out of the pack. So it must be someone who's already in government, who isn't carrying all the baggage that these old guys are. They're just carrying so much baggage they can't even walk around. Yet they keep getting elected. Why? Because when you see their name on the ballot, that's the one you know. So you press that button. If you actually look at their voting record, you might not vote for him, or you might vote for him. The fight over our Roe versus Wade will not go down. That'll continue to be a problem. I think there's a lack of truckers worldwide. Borders are putting up fences to keep people from migrating. And some of these countries have taken in so many immigrants that they can't feed them. They don't know what to do with them. So they're sending them back home. Anyway, the whole world is a mess, but we roll with it. We come out of it. Here's my rolling thing. That's what I'm saying on the other side. We roll with it. We land on our feet like that gymnast that does that crazy thing, and then they're up. And the world goes on as it should. I believe there's some kind of a short-term shortage of oil. I'm not sure what that's about either. Alternative methods of driving a car are going to become popular. People who are engineers are in their garages trying to figure out some way. And it's been going on forever. I remember the little gadgets when I was a kid. Put that on your carburetor, it'll get you twice the gas mileage. A lot of stuff like that really wasn't true. They were just scams, but a lot of that going on. Someone's saying earth power. Ooh. Never heard that before. Earth power. Wait a minute. Earth power. Is it possible that they can harness the turning of the earth into some kind of power? Because that's not going to change. Earth goes around the sun. It also rotates. All planets do it. Isn't that interesting? Some of them are slow. Isn't that interesting? Earth power. Maybe it's more fundamental than that. I'm not getting any clues as to, if I stop talking, I can get what it is. I'm interrupting myself. Hold on. I believe it is something like that, that someone's going to try and harness the turning of the earth in some way to power things. And something that can be transmitted wirelessly to cars and trucks where they can log on to it and run off of that energy. That must be future stuff, way out in future glimpse. That's a future glimpse. I get those every now and then. But it's like we hook onto the internet and the pictures come to us and the information comes to us. Something similar to that. You log in for your vehicle and power comes wirelessly to it and charges it. And it's some kind of earth power. Never seen that before. Never heard anything similar to that before. Something totally new for me. Unless my brain's gone potty. There's a great disturbance in the forest, someone's saying. Anyway, I believe that's some kind of magical thing in the future where you can be driving your car and charging it at the same time. Much like you plug your phone into your car cigarette lighter with those little things and charge your phone as you're driving. You can actually charge your car as you're driving it. And batteries are going to be like 3 to 4 times better than they are. Much greater distance, and they'll last longer because somebody's going to invent a casing that holds the battery that's kind of indestructible. Wow. Got quiet in here, didn't it? Never heard of that. Oh, and Peanut's been out rolling and stuff on the ground, made himself stinky, so my wife, Bunny, had to wash him. And he actually enjoyed it because he's frisking around like, oh man, I'm clean. This is something I asked her to draw. This is me. I've got which one is that? The booster that I'm available for now, and the flu shot is out, which I got. And I drew this little thing that said, ouch. I don't know if you can see that in a little bubble that says ouch. I'm encouraging people to get shots. I don't know if it's against you. I didn't say it. If it's against who you are, your religion, your thoughts, do what you want to do. Someone's actually playing that song. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Now, I don't know how old that is, but that's at least 30 years old. Hidden guidance from the other side, interesting. I've written a couple of new classes. I have a class called Manifesting, which is fully written and ready to go, but I'm probably not going to give it until January. And then I have one, Improving Your Intuition, that's written and in the book and ready to go. That's quite good. That little things you can do. It's a testing system where there's 25 questions, and then we alter the way that you access your intuition. Then you take 25 more statements, and then we change how you access your intuitive ability. And then there's 25 more questions. So it's a 75 question class to improve your intuition, to see where you are now, and then to improve it, and then maybe to improve it again, or maybe this method is better. It's different methods, and whichever one suits you best is the one you should use. So it's pretty interesting. Manifesting, how to bring things to you, and the good and bad of that, and improving your intuition. Intuition is something everybody's got, but very few people use it. We think we're intuitive, and we stare at something and say, ah. But that's the conscious mind telling you something that it already knows. Real answers from the other side come from your subconscious, and how you access that can be different depending on who you are. Anyway, sounds complicated, but it's not. It's a simple, straightforward 75 question, altering the way that you access your intuitive ability, and the results that you get will be graded at the end. I'll give you the answers, and you grade yourself. It's pretty interesting. I'm sure it came from the other side. I'm sure not that bright. Anyway, Earth energy, never heard of it. Charging your car while you're driving, never heard of it. It's coming. Interesting. Isn't it interesting? I'm going to do a video. I haven't done one in a while, and all this information pours in. And I hope it helps. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.